so E.J. Tackett gets another shot at it, and we eavesdropped on an interesting comment that Tackett made about the start of this match.
He told his ball rep, Brett Spangler, listen, I don't want to bowl on the right lane, so I'm going to let Tom Smallwood start the match, which makes Smallwood finish on the right. E.J. Tackett will finish the match on the left lane.
Except at this point, it doesn't matter with the way Tom Smallwood has rolled the ball, where he bowls. He leaves a 10-pin there.
Marshall, you were right. He's going to stick with what he's going to stick with the one he brought.
That's right. Dance with the girl you brung. Is this something like that?
Dance with the one you brung. Dance with the girl you brung.
So, I don't know. Next. Guard displayed. He makes the 10-pin.
We'll take our first look at E.J. Tackett from Huntington, Indiana. 4 tour titles, 3 of them this year. Has not yet won a major. He's won the team challenge, the Bear Open, and the PBA Extra Frame Storm Open.
I talked to E.J. prior to the telecast starting, and he really wants this so desperately.
But can you want something too much?
Well, that ball just hit the skid zone and it was gone. That wasn't even close. And you certainly you couldn't want it too much. You know, he led this tournament this year. He led the tournament last year. He's bringing a little bit of mental baggage because of the loss from last year. Watch how far this ball gets to the right. It's got no chance right now. That's probably 6 boards too far to the right at the break point.
Yeah, it looked like it hit black ice.
That better hurry, and it does. Snaps back in very nicely.
That was the trouble lane for him last year. He kept 2-8-10ing on that right lane. And, you know, Marshall, I think you bring up a great point. The mental baggage that you bring with you from a year ago, it's not something that you can just make go away like that.
Well, you know, it's been a long time since I competed at this level, but I led 21 tournaments in my career, only won 7 of them. So I know all about that baggage.
So over the left lane now goes Tackett. It was a top qualifier.
Boy, it's important that he makes a quality shot right now and gets that air ball out of his head.
That looks much better, and he gets a nice little late kick on the 7. Let's go down to Kimberly Pressler, who's standing by with Dom.
Thanks, Dave. So, Dom, you know what? You bowled a good match. It was clean, but it wasn't enough to stop Tom Smallwood. Would you have done anything differently?
No, I think you wake up in the morning, you know what's ahead of you. You get pretty anxious and you get a little bit of nerves when you bowl, and it's all about how you manage those and if you can bowl a good game with those sort of feelings within yourself. So I felt like I handled myself quite well. I bowled a good game. But obviously, Smalls bowled so well that he deserved to win that one.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys.
All right, Kimberly and Dom, congratulations on a great event. And certainly no disgrace to lose to the way that Tom Smallwood is rolling the rock right now.
And right now, if you were to have gone down to one of the casinos and made a little wager on Tom Smallwood, he was 14-1, and he looks a lot better than that right now.
Yeah. See that blue line going in between the fingers and thumb hole, and actually clipping a piece of the thumb every now and then.
Ooh, a ringer on the 10. The messenger falls in the pit.
I misspoke earlier, said it was the finger holes he was clipping. It's actually he catches a piece of the thumb every now and then.
And this is really the first bad break that Smallwood's had. He left that 7-10 in the first game. So the second bad break, but boy, coming at a difficult time, giving Tackett a little bit of more life. Slide, he makes it.
In TV title matches, E.J. Tackett 1-3 and his average of 178. His career television record is 4-7 in 8 appearances.
Randy, how big is this shot right here? I mean, after the way he started with the first shot that went wide.
I think this really sets the tone for the rest of the match.
If he can make a quality shot here and strike, that would give him so much confidence.
Boy, just smashed him that time. That's the shot that you were looking for, guys.
Could not have been better.
So the last 5 major winners, notice something in common there? No gray hairs.
Yeah, and only one of them can actually legally rent a car.
You're right. That's Gary Faulkner Jr.
Very good, Randy.
But Randy will drive Jesper Svensson around town with no trouble at all.
Any day of the week.
That last shot that Tackett threw was a good 7 or 8 boards further left at the arrows than the air ball in the first frame.
Well, he has clearly recovered from that first shot.
He is totally in this match right now and in a dominant position, up 20 pins after 4 frames. Still lots of bowling to go, but E.J. Tackett feeling good about himself.
I think maybe for the first time today, Tom Smallwood's starting to feel a little heat.
He's been handing out the heat up until right now, and he doesn't like this one. And with good reason.
Awful. Come on.
You heard him say awful. That ball was right off his hand. He's got a little room to the right, but not that much.
I know you're supposed to play your own game, but how much now is he thinking, geez, this guy's not missing all of a sudden?
Well, I don't think Tom Smallwood can do anything except just keep on doing what he's been doing for the first 3 games. He can't get in there and play E.J. Tackett's game. He can rev it up and he can play and he can throw that hook shot, but not in the same manner that E.J. Tackett does.
He only has 1 game. If this was a 6-game or 8-game qualifier, sure, you can jump in, experiment, you know, try to see some different shapes. He's got to stay committed to what he's been doing all day.
Happens so fast.
Yes, on that 7, down it goes.
Hey, buddy.
Down 21. Tackett riding 3 straight. So let's go back to the first shot of this match from E.J. Tackett. Second shot, pardon me. And the big difference in shots from the first shot, which almost guttered, to where he is now, and now he leaves a solid 4-pin behind.
Yeah, quality shot. It doesn't strike, but it's a. If I'm Tom Smallwood, I'm breathing a little sigh of relief that he's not running over me immediately.
Yeah, like what Tom did to Don Barrett last game, right?
Yes.
Pretty good shot there.
Yeah, when his ball makes a transition and turns left on the strike ball, it's a violent move.
20-pin lead for Tackett as we start the 6th frame. He has struck both times on this left lane. Chronic paranoia in his arsenal right now.
It sounds like my last few years on tour.
I was going to say,
My gosh.
I'm glad you said that. I want the job of naming bowling balls. That's what I want.
That may have been the best line ever.
Oh. 210. And that's how you get chronic paranoia.
Yeah, and Tackett had the 210s last year that put him into a 2nd place position in this tournament. If he doesn't make this, we'll take a look at the way the ball comes into the pocket. Very light and very predictable. I mean, when your ball is driving that hard, it's very, very easy to leave the 10-pin with the 2.
I just thought it was real interesting that he chose to finish on this lane.
Going for it.
It's been the temper of the 2 lanes.
For the players that have tried to go around it.
Absolutely.
It's tighter down lane, and that'll certainly get into your head. I think that's the lane he needs to get soft on and really get after it at the bottom of the swing and just allow the right lane to get the ball to curve back to the pocket.
Smallwood, 30 seconds ago, was 21 down. He can be in the lead with a strike right there.
Welcome back to the match, Tom.
Well, I tell you, the momentum swings in professional bowling are huge. And we've just seen a really big one right there. Smallwood, 3-pin lead.
One-time major champion, 2009 PBA Worlds in Wichita. He's also won the PBA Scorpion Championship in Vegas in 2013. 13-year pro.
And you have to wonder if we hope E.J. Tackett isn't saying not again.
I think Tom Smallwood is going to be saying a lot.
He's just going to go left every time.
4, 6, 7.
He did the commentary for us.
Feels like it's going to go left every time on that left lane. EJ Tackett has allowed Smallwood to finish on the right lane. Wonder if that'll play into it.
I think it very well should.
No. There's the momentum swings you just talked about, Marshall. It's happening so fast now, how this lead is changing. Now Tackett all of a sudden is up 12.
For Tackett, he really, if he could get up there and throw 2 great shots, get a couple of strikes, and then it just makes him feel taller and stronger.
That's a quality shot that you were looking for. Coming up very shortly on ESPN, another afternoon doubleheader of college hoops, beginning with number 6 Kentucky and the Hofstra Pride in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center in the Hoops Winter Festival. Following that, it'll be number 7 North Carolina from the Dean Dome taking on Tennessee and Chapel Hill. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN.
What do you think, Randy, the biggest shot of the game to date?
I really think so. I mean, we talked about his shot in the 3rd frame after the air ball, but I think this is probably the biggie.
Perfect.
I think he did exactly what I talked about. He got a little softer and really gave it the business at the bottom of the swing.
You think Dad liked that?
I think I can tell you that Dad is more nervous.
Oh boy! Oh well, of course he's more nervous. Dad has nothing to do but just sit there and hope.
That is a helpless feeling.
EJ's got the hammer in his hand.
But it's Tom Smallwood's turn at bat.
He needs to come back and answer the Tackett strikes.
And he does. Kick on the 10.
Now he's going back to his lane he's been having trouble with.
Beautiful shot.
One more. One more.
Beautiful shot here by Tom Smallwood. In between 1st and 2nd arrow, 6-pin goes to the sidewall, does its job.
What adjustment does he have to make on this left lane?
He's got to just pure it. He's got to throw the best shot of his career on this left lane, split the target, strike, and then set up his 10th frame.
Face 3-6-10.
That was really good.
You know, he's trying to project the ball down the lane and get it going a little bit right at the start, but at the bottom of his arm swing, he's afraid that it's not going to get back. So right here at the bottom, instead of trusting it, he cuts it a little bit short. It's going through the heart all the way.
When he misses left, he's now missing right into EJ Tackett's friction.
That's throwing it on the nose.
Oh, and he leaves one behind. The best he can do now is a 192.
Well, barring any strange happenings, this is EJ Tackett's tournament, and as a man who led a lot of tournaments, and I know you led some tournaments, Randy, you know, you feel like you should win, but doesn't always turn out that way.
Our old tournament director, the late, great Harry Golden, used to always call it the most enviable position, needing only 1 win to capture the title.
Right?
And that's how you do it. EJ Tackett, Dad knows.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, you mentioned Harry Golden, PBA Rookie of the Year in 2012-13, winning the Harry Golden Award. Right there, EJ Tackett. And a little sigh of relief there.
That's exactly what it is. It's not so much elation as it is relief. He knows he has the game to be a major champion. And now he's walked through the door.
His only coach, his dad.
Well, we began this show with 4 major champions. The only one who didn't have one was the guy at the top of the stepladder, and that's finished because EJ Tackett is a major champion.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How sweet it is after being in this position a year ago and not having his best day. He has it when he needed it most. He can't wait to throw that last ball because he wants to run over and grab that trophy fast.
Yes,
the rack barely got out of the way.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much. You have some over here, buddy. Thank you.
It's an amazing performance for Tom Smallwood, but this is E.J. Tackett's tournament. It was through qualifying, through match play.
Oh my God. There you go. We're sleeping there. Corey was with us, son. Well done. You did it, dude.
Well, you have to be elated for E.J. Tackett, but you have to feel for Tom Smallwood and all the hard work throughout the step ladder finals today. And, but it sure is a feel-good story for that young man right there.
Yeah, you do have to feel good the way he came back. This was his tournament of redemption. And for E.J. Tackett, his 5th PBA title, his first major, and the emotion that he showed between himself and his father, it touched me.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, but when you look back on it, how he earned it.
Motive, guys.
He
Motive,
definitely
Genesis,
earned this championship from the very beginning. You don't bowl 62 games, in its case 63, and not earn a championship. Yeah, take a few photos, Dad. Hopefully you got enough storage on your phone for that. There's your champion, E.J. Tackett, $60,000 richer, and a memory he and his father will never forget.